is day 1141 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Like sponsor are coming share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Please call me directly. Be very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Simon Kuf Yud in your Idea. Sifnun Dalit to Samach Beis. Okay, Mnila is Daiti. Actually, the previous Sif, the Rosh brought down that there is no place in the Rambam where he seems to bring down the halacha of kavud Rabbana. So, Rosh is trying to explain this. It's like the Rambam Zalhayol Shita Cheres. You had a whole different sheet in this, as usual. Father Abba, the Makshab is Vachim Sham. That which I asked in there, and the Bashinu the Naide. Let's get them moving, the animals. And they will call the Parish, let's say call the Parish. Ain't Zarak Mishum Hefse Kochim. It's only that because Hefsi Kochim we should allow that. But not low the cloud dasa shas latirose. But not by non-Kochim, we would not be matter this way. It says, these things are usher, and they usher, no matter how small, how few of them or little there of them there are. Shor nisko, the ox which has to be stoned, la rufa, the calf which has to have its neck wrung, the tzipor mitzora, and the birds of mitzora, v'chulei, etc. Petach hamor, the firstborn of a donkey, which is a redeemed. So mishlech, the goat which is sent to. V'sorei mishtalech, and the goat sent to the Azazel. No matter how few or how little. Why isn't there asked? Let's make them move. The name of called the parish, we'll say called the parish. The this is a case of an ox who's been sentenced to death that got mixed up with other oxen. So and you stone all of them. One is not like machine of an idea. This is evidently had a gear, which they did ask that question. And that in Avodah Zarah, it's talking about the ox after it's already stoned. And at that point, technical difficulty, you can't make it move. Ram did not have this version. We don't have this version either. Also, the Mishnah Avodah Zarah, the Yerusha Mishnayos explains in Peirush Mishnayos, Arukh HaShulchan, they got mixed up while they were alive. I'm pretty astounded. Tosus says we say so after a stone. I understand all of these cases. It makes sense. But the soya mishtalech is definitely gets mixed up when it's alive. Why? If it's after it's pushed down the cliff, I ran with the bano. I benefit from whatever's left. Kisa biyuma. It says in Yuma. Riders of the Bucharos, Tanya, and the evidence is that in Bucharos we learned Shor Nisko, Vegla Rufa, Tzipor Mitzor, Petach Hamor Metamin to Masoichlin. Obviously, if they're Tamin to Masoichlin, it would seem that they are allowed, permitted Behanov. Lo Chashisay Mishtalech. I'm sorry. They no. Sorry. On the contrary, even though they're also about no them Tamin to Masoichlin. Lo Chashisay Mishtalech. So Mishtalech is 9 numerated. So the Masoichlin en el achar misa. Because to Masoichlin is only after the animal dies, even if it's also about no. Lo Mishkach so B'Soy Mishtalech. You don't find in the Soy Mishtalech that it's usher. It's that it has. I'm not sure exactly what he wants. I'm not sure why it's not food after it's sent away. I know why not. But that's what he says. It is food, it should be time, but it's not a chiddush because it's mutar ba'anam, and that's maybe why it's not enumerated. So I can go. The raises from the cases in Avodah Zarah, which would remove this proof which Arukh HaShulchan wants to bring. Be that as it may, that was in brackets. Nun hey, Lechem Parsha Raman the Bechulin Leko Klal Heter. So the Ramon there is no such heter by Chulin, by non kosher. They came into Rosh Chaim Asum once the Chaim forbade them. Anyone is Chakmus of Kwimei Surah. It can't be an Uber Chacham in order to overcome the Isser. Rak Mishum has a Kachim and Shas Latiyah days only because to the loss of Kachim, the Shas in Zvachim would want to permit this maneuver. Taretz Mishum Gezeh Hashem Yitom Min HaKavua. And that's what it says. We don't do it. Why? Because it's Xer unless you come to take when it's Kavua, before it's moving. Chayin also gam Kachim, therefore the Asad even by Kachim. Farish Masha Omer V'Sham Amar Rava Hashtad Amar Lo Nakriv. He explains that which Rava said there. Now that we said you can't do this. You can't sacrifice these korbanos. Im hikriv, if you did sacrifice, bring them. Man Balachayim nidchim, according to being that holds the Balachayim, if they have a time, the animals, if they have a time and they're not suitable to be korbanos, their kedusha is impaired. Or martze, they're not effective for whatever purpose you need them. Adrab, on the contrary. Sorry, I skipped. According to opinion holds that they're not rendered unfit. Martze, it does work for whatever korban is it's supposed to be. I call the Mishnah Kai. It's going on the Mishnah itself. This means to say Hashdam Rabbanan Lonich B'Shin Nakriv. Now Rabbanan say you can't sacrifice it. If we would say that there was a way to fix the situation by having them move, below Zegam the Evet. So we're not allowed this without this, even in the case of the Evet. Since there's a way to do it, and we'll move away. I said we should not bring it as a sacrifice. There's no Eitzah, nothing to do. Never go there, according to those that animals can be. Live animals can lose their status, or their condition can be impaired. It's also awesome. But the Evet, even here they were moving and Ramafresh them. It's called a barish. But they're not pushed off. If you burn the carbon, it works. After the Rabbanan, even though you violated the Rabbanan, Kavod Rabbanan, again, it was all pahavim because we don't do it. But then, because of hefsek kosher, we don't. We allow you to do things which would be us rabbanan elsewhere. Therefore, it writes generically that if you sacrifice it, it works. Not sure what the point of it being generic. Still, havamina. But anyway, point is that if it's hurtza, it means that this is a case where. But the Evet, even though you have this is the Rabbanan, nevertheless it works. But you have this is the Rabbanan. By the way, as a general misconception, ancient Shvus Mikdash applies to all the Rabbanans and Beis Mikdash. It's not true. It applies to the Rabbanan of primarily of Shabbos. There might be one or two other things which I'm not recalling offhand, but it's not a blanket heter for the Rabbanans. And he says in brackets, just to emphasize, Ubarer who came to This is clear. Nunvav, Kasur Rabbi Seim on the Shulchan Rabbi Steve Zayin. They write here the Davar Shein Abad Machmaschi Shibuso, so which is not nullified because of its significance. Going by Chaim, such as an animal, live animal, ubiria, a whole limb or a whole little creature. Chatir Iskabe, a piece which is suitable to honor guests. V'davar Sheish Matim, and something which will become mutter after a time. She's all these things are usher as of now. She's which got mixed up with others. But one of them got eaten then inadvertently. You yourself ate it inadvertently. Other people ate it inadvertently. Or fell on its own into the sea. Now no longer is extant. All the others are permitted. Since it's the Rabbanan, we say totally. We assume that the Issa went away. But if you eat the remaining 2 by 2, then we might show you because eating 2 by 2, at least one of them is mutter. Achas eat them 1 by 1, also, because the entire achila might be also. I feel Achlim Shtaim Shtaim, even those you can eat 2 by 2. Also, one person cannot eat all of them. Because there's definitely to be hitting the Isser. Even 2 people, they should not eat them all simultaneously at the same sitting. Should we eat at a different time? Nun Zayin, Be'er Advarim, what does this mean? That Cheshmi Yatar Bata Barov, since when I saw the awesome pieces Bata Barov, Chachamim goes Ushli Bata, Chachamim made a decree that should not be nullified. Never Echad Min Olam, one of them got lost from the world. Talia this and never, we say that the Isser was the one which got lost. The Kozman Shakulam Haim Bolam. As long as they're all extant, I feel in the fire Shechamim, even we remove one of them, If Shed Los Bol Isser, we can't say that was the Osir one. Kemachat Tot Circle Dun Gamalea. If you have to include it in the cheshbon, in came my chazis from Asur, why would you say it's also one? Other on the contrary, no much Isur Barov and Yishayim. Let's just say the Isur is in the majority which we made mixed together. Isur Rabban until the Tamid Arbe Dinim Lakel. Kamoshi is Bar Simon Kufyurav. But we like we'll see next Simon when we get there, we have to show that there we say Tolim, but Isur Rabban. So therefore, Chain Tolina Gam came constant. Therefore, let's say Tolina here. Babuda and the lost one. Shani Omer, I say Isser Shneba. The forbidden one is the one which got lost. The feel by Isser Hayoser Chamor, and even it's a very severe Isser. But it's not coming like Avodah Zarah. Something which is used for Avodah Zarah purposes, worshipped. Tolina Gam came back to Tarevis. We assume that when it's in a mixture, Shneva, when it gets lost. But Isser, we assume it was the Asr one. All the others are permitted. The main reason is because it's that logos are abundant in this specific rare circumstance. Nun ches. The man move on to Zel Dafkok Shneva Miatzmo. So we can understand this only when it gets lost on its own. Going Shnofel at Wharf, down to the fire, or the Yama to the sea, or the Nor, or a river, a Mok, a deep river. Boven, in a manner which is never going to be found. I mean, but if in reality it can be found, ain't only, but we don't assume that it was the Usher one. If it was not lost on his own, either come on, you deliberately lost it. By the Usher, it's certainly Usher. Okay, otherwise, what could the Chachamim do in their takana? Mela came in the amazing Usher, so if it's Usher amazing, it can't go on b'shogeg Usher, so it's Usher even if you did it inadvertently. Because shogeg got to amazing, because they will always decree shogeg is also unless you come to do amazing. The Kama Mekayim to Shas Garina shogeg got to amazing. So it's in several places in Shas. Lo dai maskam le'el siman tzayik tesim chabez. The din dein bam le'isur chatchila. It's not comparable to the halacha that you're not allowed to deliberately nullify a prohibition. The b'shogeg mutter b'din inadvertently, it's okay. To be honest, some siv chavdav we shouldn't explain them. We shouldn't lo chajina l'adam shivato is to be a dime. We're not concerned that the person is going to get deliberately nullify a prohibited substance. Population of mine to cause something to fall into the fire, into the water. Certainly is a reasonable suspicion it's going to do it deliberately. People don't see it as being also. We have to make a decree. Even if it's shogeg, less you're going to do it b'mezid. That's why it says they have to fall on its own at the sea. If a person caused it to fall, even if it was b'shogeg, it's not good. Don't say totally. Nun test. But therefore, if one of them was eaten inadvertently, all the other ones are permitted. The person's not going to. If the person's going to listen to us, so anyway, it's not going to go up amazing and eat something else. Nobody is suspect to literally eat something which is also. Basically, bittul be'isr shimon siman tzayik test. It's like the halacha bittul in siman tzayik test. Yesh chokim says some argue. Because even by eating, we should make a gzera. You might come to feed one of them to a non-Jew. Or we're going to toss into the sea as a shach in the taz. Utmihani, I'm astounded, says Arukh HaShulchan. Sharei Kamras and Bura, it's clear what they mean to say. She'en heter rakim l'chlo zeh yisrael b'shoigeg. It's only mutter if the this Jew ate it inadvertently, or yisrael acher, another Jew. Kimber Lehedi Makar Dimitri Sadeshin. It's and that's Ramos Essen, which is the source of Halacha says this. If they mean to say he's not going to listen to us, the Omar B'daita is going to say, Mali Machalti Batzmi. In other words, the person who feeds it to the non-Jew says, what does it make if I eat myself? Or Chalti B'chuti, I gave it to a non-Jew. Or Bati Me'omer, or I destroyed it. It won't never found such a gezerah anywhere. V'im lo yitzayis lanu, alo yasem hashiyirtza. It's not listening to going to do what he wants anyway. So whatever you look at it, Imu Tam Chacham Alo Yavin at that time. Tam Chacham, he knows. Why? When he ate it, it's different than when you cause it to get lost from the world. Vimu Amoritz. It's Amoritz. He doesn't know anything. Because it's so shocking. And if you tell him it's only mutter if a Jew eats it inadvertently, Ichemai the lo kenu. How's he going to argue with us? Because lo goes so he won't know. So he'll say, fine, okay. Therefore, I'm not going to give it to a non-Jew to eat. Because I can't. Chazal lo goes atu mezid the lo yoser. Chazal only decreed a shogeg is also when you're going to come to do. Might come to do that thing b'mezid. Didn't come to ask the same show you because you might come to do another thing b'mezid, which is a very remote chashash. In the brackets he says, if I'm prichonis, if kan lamnav, b'chavastas, if kan tesh, scheme of psak, shorach agree with the psak of the Shulchan Aruch. That we don't make a decree that you might come to feed it to a non-Jew. Mashik says, "Shiksha praise you, flacy, whatever the crazy place asks." Agam about Shabbos goes to shogeg atu mezid. If somebody cooks on Shabbos, we decree shogeg atu mezid, even though the Klal somebody's not going to come to cook deliberately on Shabbos. Here's the Chavas Sham Ayin Sham Beduk. Chavas answers it, but the Shulchan did not see fit to bring it down. Samach v'dat etem all you should know these attentions bar which he mentioned. Even after the mixture became known. Deem you come to the Torah, but because before the mixture became known, I feel he dying. Sorry, even you, since you know it was doing anything wrong, even deliberately threw away a piece. It's permitted. Lo shach the mixture, you can't. There's no way to make a zera. Came and dying. Lo yad the klal. Didn't know they're about the Yisrael together. Lo yisrael shum kavanas heter was that he didn't have any intent to be matir or anything. The Chayin Heter Shizbar, all the leniencies we mentioned, ain't they're only where they're all still in the mixture. One fell, or one was eaten. So we said that was the other one. But one of them separated. I feel Pirish mean Mela, even separated on its own. When that one which gets lost, which is Parish on its own, gets lost, or was eaten, nothing about Isser. You don't assume that the Isser was there. By the time it's on, there's still Isser. All of the rest. Says it was separated from the Tarobas, which normally brings a row, kicks in a row and called the Parish. Now also the called Parish is there, so therefore we assume it was the Heter. We can't say it was the Isser. And those Tarobas can't assume that's the one which was awesome. Some people allow it if it was porridge before the suffix was rose, and it was lost in the meantime. She's a match pirish because when it was removed, all of them were b'chesketer. We didn't have say called the porridge. They didn't have shayflos as both. Therefore, you can assume that this is the issur. Shayim porridge la'achas suffix as opposed to if it was removed after the suffix came about. The kum cheskas issur, and now everyone is the cheskas issur. The gam anivshul cheskas issur, and also the one which separates cheskas issur. I don't know if I put it that way. I put it the way I put it before, that the one which is nifrash is heter, and therefore you can't say it's isser. But he's saying that the nifrash is over cheskas isser of the Taroives, but and Veno Shachas Taroives. There's no connection to Taroives anymore. They still remain in the Cheskas Isser. I think my way of learning it is a little bit more glot. Okay, the bracket says this must be what the Pri Chodesh had meant to say. Boy, this is long today. Usual, I think. Got to go by the book. Now it's on the base. Chaf out. That was that the 2 by 2. No matter what, there's at least one which is mutter. The Mehaila Bisura, Hai Namila Bisura. So we say this one's not also this Isser. This one's also not Isser. That's Rashi. And on the later ones, we say the Bishoyas Nachan that was already eaten previously. He said, "Ain't on a Rakshanova Chatiras Isur Echad." Only one piece fell out. And Noflish time, but two pieces fell out. So I call Arba Arba. You have to eat 4. Or I come across 2 heter. Noflish Shalosh, 3 fell out. So I call Sheish. It's 6. Or Efshad V'Shnayim die. This is not necessary. That was the shach. It's possible if 2 fell out, Dai Shiochal Gimel. It's enough to eat 3 by 3. Shosha Dai Shiochal Dal Dar. And if 3 fell out, it's not to eat 4 by 4. They ain't circle rock. Echad Yosem is only need 1 more than the Aser. Sure, that heter. It's because Chodesh and seems that way from the Rosh. Actually, if it's 2 by 2, one person should not eat all of them. And also 2 people should not eat them simultaneously. It's clear from the Shem, there's no such concern. Only the great Achronim decided that Roy says concern. It's certainly just a chumrah. Nevertheless, we do not transgress their holy words. Sounds great, but that's inspired the never echo metorah only boys. That what you said that when one of them gets lost, we assume that was also one. Zelshita so most supposed to know the way. Rambam, for example, Kochavim, Tzarich Stein need to lose 2. Common simon kuf mem, huva, b'shulchan adei, azu b'shem yesh mishomer. There's brought down opinion of one who says, Ayin Sham, Vulai, to be Issa Chomor, perhaps by severe prohibition, Chashla, he's concerned that it has to be 2 by 2. Those who say the commotion that you have to lose 2. The commotion never or nechal toimbo, just like if it's lost or it's eaten, we assume that was the 1. If one in the mixture was sold to a non-Jew inadvertently, to only bo, we assume that was the 1. There's Pisla Shuv named first emotion. Lonely early. Oshan does not find that clear. The Vada Yesh B'Zeish L'Gzor Shogat U'Meitzah. So in this case, we can make a decree. It's a legitimate decree of Shogat U'Meitzah. I feel Achilas Kuti because having the Enum Mitam Zeh, because he said even the eating of a non-Jew doesn't work for this unless you come to he didn't say it. He put that down in the Shachar Taz. No, well. Let's do it again. Well, yeah, the body was actually so show that to amazing. So I feel like this kutik something in a moil times that. Even non-Jew eats does not effective. Koshke Makir and certainly by itself. Milk Shanim Koshan Tarovas, this is so before the mixture became known. Chemishim and those who say Shim Achas and Tarovas Nafal Isser, one of the prohibited substances fell into an Isser pile of substances. She'ain Bok Bittel, do not have the capacity to affect Bittel. In Nasra, there becomes also in the second batch. You say, oh, that's also in the first batch. Because you don't have to question it because it's bottom bro visser. It's a mixture of animals, when they came definitely treifa, or one of them died. Talking about, we assume that that's the 1. It's clear when we say when one is lost, you assume that's the 1. It all has to get lost. And never machzisa or yoser, and most of it still remains. I guess you're talking about already, the meat after it's slaughtered or something like that. Avodah Zarah. It's well, here it's meat. He says, "Makulin, such as by a butcher, shenech labeim lekama chatichos, and was cut in several pieces. Never the chatichos are, but many pieces have been lost. Magdashar od chaticha, if there's at least one piece left, Iev shali close to isaba vudim. You can't say the issue went to the ones that are lost. Since there's still a piece of them left, which you have to take into account. That is a good chap. Okay, I guess it's the Bisri Tshuva there as well.